Silent strikes unfold. Israel and Iran's bold stand. Global echoes loud. Welcome to AI News Brew's Weekend Review for June 29, 2025. I'm your host, bringing you the latest developments from around the world. Let's dive into this week's top stories. Our world stands on the brink as tensions in the Middle East reach a boiling point. The United States has conducted surprise airstrikes on 3 Iranian nuclear facilities, sending shockwaves through the international community. Operation Midnight Hammer, as it's been dubbed, targeted sites at Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. The Trump administration claims the strikes have significantly degraded Iran's nuclear capabilities, but the full extent of the damage remains uncertain. In response, Iran has launched retaliatory missile attacks on US bases in Qatar and Iraq. While initial reports suggested severe damage, the impact appears to be limited, with Qatar successfully intercepting missiles aimed at the Al Udeid air base. The Iranian parliament has also voted to potentially close the Strait of Hormuz, a move that would have far-reaching consequences for global oil supply. As the situation unfolds, diplomatic efforts are in full swing. President Trump has signaled a willingness to renew talks with Iran, employing a two-pronged approach of military action followed by diplomatic outreach. Meanwhile, the United Nations Security Council has convened an emergency session to address the crisis, with Russia, China, and Pakistan proposing a resolution for an immediate ceasefire in the Middle East. Shifting our focus to domestic affairs, President Trump's Big Beautiful Bill has passed through the Senate, setting the stage for a crucial vote in the House. This comprehensive legislation includes tax cuts, increased military spending, and enhanced border security. However, it faces significant opposition, with concerns raised about proposed cuts to social programs, including Medicaid. The bill's journey through Congress has been far from smooth. The Senate parliamentarian recently ruled that key Medicaid provisions violate Senate rules, forcing Republican leaders to revise their proposals. This setback has jeopardized the GOP's strategy to offset tax cuts and could have far-reaching implications for Trump's legislative agenda. In New York City, the mayoral race between Zohran Mamdani and Eric Adams has intensified, reflecting broader ideological divides within the Democratic Party. Mamdani, a 33-year-old state assemblyman, secured an upset victory in the Democratic primary, defeating former Governor Andrew Cuomo. If elected in November, Mamdani would become NYC's first Muslim and Indian-American mayor, potentially reshaping the city's political landscape. This week, the Supreme Court handed down several landmark decisions that could reshape American policy on multiple fronts. In a series of rulings, the court has demonstrated its willingness to wade into contentious issues, often siding with conservative interpretations. One of the most impactful decisions limits the power of federal judges to issue nationwide injunctions. This ruling could have far-reaching consequences, particularly for immigration policy. It potentially paves the way for President Trump's controversial birthright citizenship order to take effect in some states, creating a patchwork of citizenship laws across the country. The decision has reignited debates about the 14th Amendment and could lead to a complex legal landscape where citizenship rights vary depending on location. In another significant ruling, the court upheld a task force recommending no-cost preventive health care services, preserving a key aspect of the Affordable Care Act. This six-ministry decision rejected a challenge from Christian businesses objecting to coverage of HIV prevention medication. While maintaining the task force's authority, the court clarified that the Health and Human Services Secretary has ultimate control over the panel, leaving room for potential future challenges to specific recommendations. The court also weighed in on reproductive health care access, ruling that states can block Planned Parenthood from receiving Medicaid funding for all services. This decision could significantly impact healthcare access for low-income patients and may set a precedent for other states to implement similar restrictions. Lastly, in a move that has sparked controversy, the Supreme Court allowed the Trump administration to resume deportations to third countries with minimal notice. This decision lifts a lower court order and permits deportations to continue while legal challenges proceed through lower courts. These rulings collectively underscore the court's current conservative lean and highlight the lasting impact of recent judicial appointments. As these decisions begin to take effect, they are likely to shape policy debates and legal strategies for years to come. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, has been at the center of several high-profile incidents this week, highlighting ongoing tensions surrounding immigration policies. In Los Angeles, a U.S. citizen, Andre Guadalupe Velez, was mistakenly detained by ICE for 2 days before being released on bail. This incident has reignited concerns about potential wrongful detentions during immigration operations. Meanwhile, in Miami, a tragic turn of events occurred when Johnny Novello, a 49-year-old Canadian man, died while in ICE custody at the Federal Detention Center. His death marks the 8th in ICE custody this year, raising questions about conditions in detention facilities. The agency has also faced violent opposition, with attacks on federal agents in both Portland and Los Angeles. In Portland, Julie Winters was arrested for allegedly throwing a knife at federal officers outside an ICE building, while in Los Angeles, Eric Anthony Rodriguez was charged with throwing a Molotov cocktail at a hotel housing ICE and Customs and Border Protection agents. In a multi-state operation, ICE arrested 11 Iranian nationals, including individuals with suspected terrorist ties, highlighting ongoing national security concerns related to immigration. As these events unfold, community leaders in areas like Hawaii are urging eligible immigrants to pursue U.S. citizenship amid heightened enforcement efforts. On the policy front, President Trump has proposed a $150 billion spending package for immigration enforcement over 4 years, which would more than triple ICE's current annual budget. This comes as DHS Secretary Kristi Noem endorsed Florida's controversial Alligator Alcatraz plan for immigration detention, a proposal that has raised both humanitarian and environmental concerns. On the international stage, NATO leaders are gathering in The Hague for a summit that promises to be contentious. The alliance is set to discuss a new defense spending target of 5% of GDP by 2035, a significant increase from the current 2% goal. This proposal has already faced resistance, with Spain rejecting it as unreasonable. The outcome of this summit could either strengthen NATO collective capabilities or expose growing divisions within the alliance. Amidst these geopolitical tensions, a remarkable discovery in marine biology offers a glimmer of positivity. Scientists have observed southern resident orcas in the Salus Sea using kelp as a grooming tool, marking the first documented instance of tool use by marine mammals. This behavior, dubbed allocoping, involves orcas biting off kelp stalks and rolling them between their bodies, potentially serving both hygienic and social purposes. This finding not only adds to our understanding of orca intelligence but also underscores the importance of protecting marine ecosystems. As we conclude this week's review, it's clear that we're living in a time of significant global challenges and rapid changes. From the brink of conflict in the Middle East to political shifts in the United States and surprising discoveries in our oceans, the world continues to evolve in complex and often unexpected ways. Thank you for tuning into AI News Brew's Weekend Review. We extend a special thanks to those who support our independent research and publications. Your engagement helps us continue to bring you objective, fact-based news from around the globe. Stay informed, stay engaged, and keep brewing with AI News Brew. Until next time, this is AI News Brew signing off.